Okay, one thing is for sure that retail investors are back with a bang, right? And Nimesh is going to give us all of that data. Not only retail investors, Nimesh is also back with a bang. So what are you going to talk about?
So, Sonia, the whole idea is, I'm looking at the data from a retail point of view, that too in the Jan-March quarter. And that was a period when there was so much of panic, there was so much of talk about US recession. We had middle of the year, middle of that quarter, the Adani saga as well. Even then, the retail investors were net buyers in the equities, reversing the whole trend. I'll just go to the wall and explain the data as well. So, if you look at the Jan-March quarter, which is the quarter 4, the retail investor seems to be back, and that too with a bang. They've net bought equities worth $2.3 billion in quarter 4. In fact, that's a reversal of what they did in the September-December quarter. So they've sold in the previous 2 quarters, and they bought back heavily in the Jan-March quarter, that is quarter 4. Surprising to what now we are seeing the mid-cap rally, but in that quarter, the large buying has come in the large-cap names. Largely, the retail investors have bought the large caps and not the mid-cap and small-cap, as to what we are seeing right now in terms of rally. So what has the retail investors done in quarter 4 in terms of buying and selling? In terms of large buying, in the large cap names, the retail investors, to a surprise, has bought Adani Group stocks. That's been a big addition. Reliance has been a big addition in terms of retail participation. SBI is the other large stock where the retailers have bought, and they've also bought Ambuja 7. Again, that's part of the Adani Group as well. In terms of selling, what they've sold, again, looks like a smart selling by the retail investors. They've sold HDFC Bank, they've sold Tata Motors, they've sold ITC. It looks like they're booking profit there, and they've sold the technology stocks, which includes TCS and Tech Mahindra. So that's what the retailers have done. But look at all the 3 categories of investors in that quarter. Look at the FIs first. The FI positioning changes in the quarter 4, which is Jan-March quarter. What they've done, they've added Adani Group stocks. I think that's largely because of the GQG investment, which came in the March, around March. They've also bought L&T, Tata Motors, and ITC. What they've sold in that period, the FIs have sold Reliance, which the retailer and domestics have bought. They've sold Infosys, they've sold ICICI Bank, HDFC as well. Kotak Mahindra Bank, which has been a big underperformer, they've sold Kotak Mahindra Bank as well. And they've also sold Bharti Airtel to some extent. Now look at what the DIs have done, the domestic funds have done in the same period. While the FIs have been selling Reliance, the domestic mutual funds have been loading into Reliance, they've been loading into Kotak Mahindra Bank, HDFC, Infosys, and ICICI Bank as well. What the DIs have sold in the Jan-March quarter, the Adani Group stocks, which was the whole saga which happened when GQG bought Vedanta, ITC, and DRL, the few stocks where the DIs have sold. Now look at the retail investors. I gave a broad picture, but look at some big names that the retail investors have bought in the Jan-March quarter, which is Adani Group stocks, all the Adani Group stocks, Reliance, SBI, and HDFC, a few names that the retailers have bought. At the same time, what they've sold is HDFC Bank, Tata Motors, Tech Stocks, and ITC. These are a few large names where they've moved out as well. So net, while there was so much of panic in the Jan-March quarter, that's the time when the retail investors smartly has come back into the equity markets, and they've invested $2.3 billion. So while we all say that timing is not important, but this time the retail investor seems to be timing the markets really well. And that shows up in the data as well.
All right.